It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Taking a look at the 76ers, a good season so far for them, sitting comfortably in fourth place in the Eastern Conference. Very similar to the level of success they had last year. And the 76ers over the past few years undergoing perhaps the most drastic rebuild we've seen in a while. But Kenny, through it all, many fans were surprisingly supportive.
Yes. Well, the Sixers had been struck with mediocrity, but the fans respected that from the front office, and they're willing to risk everything to turn it around.
The fans were tired of short-sighted moves. They were happy for once to see a long-term plan. Embiid, Simmons, Fultz, all the result of TTP.
Trusting the process. Yeah, and now we're into the process of tossing to Kevin Harlan. Easier to trust that.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At center, Mike Muscala. At point guard, Markelle Fultz. At the other guard position, J.J. Redick. At small forward, Robert Covington. At the other forward position, Ben Simmons. The head coach of the visiting team is Brett Brown. Let's meet your Brooklyn Nets. At power forward, standing 6'8", number 35, Kenneth Fareed. The big man, standing 6'11", number 31, Jeff. At the other forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 24, Rondé Hollis Jefferson. At shooting guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 22, Karis LeVert. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'5", number 1, D'Angelo Russell. The head coach of your home team is Kenny Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday Night Action right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Fultz and Redick are in the backcourt together. Covington and Simmons, the duo at forward. And it's Muscala in at the center. Now here's Covington. 6 on the shot clock. Off target with his 3.
After being in the cellar for a few years, the Brooklyn Nets have started to turn things around here. I mean, good young core to build around and add to, and I think things are starting to look up in every department.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Here's LeVert, guarded by Fultz. Fareed, no good off the front iron. Philadelphia with the ball. Covington with it. Floats one, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. So it's Brooklyn now. Allen finds Fareed.
That's how you attack. Wow.
Oh, man. my. Reed known for being a great dunker. Give him any room to work with, and he's getting to that rim.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Simmons left side. Back to Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fultz has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's LeVert. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota. Shoots over Redick. And it's LeVert missing. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Fultz kicks to Simmons. Covington against Fareed. Redick for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Yeah, they pushed the pace, and typically you get high-quality shots when you do that. I thought they were terrific all game, Greg.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now, here is Muscala. Here's Simmons. He drains the turnaround jump shot.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including that soft mid-range jumper.
Out left to the wing. LeVert the pass to Allen. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot, gentlemen.
On the free throw, no good.
Yeah, you know, one of the under-talked about strengths of the Philadelphia 76ers is how they play team defense. I mean, they were top-rated defensively in opponents' field goal percentage last year.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Russell finds Fareed. Here's LeVert, covered by Redick. No good there. And Philadelphia the other way now. And with the 76ers in defense, it isn't just them bothering shots.
No, you're right, Kevin. I mean, they were one of the best, if not the best, rebounding team in the league. Also were top 10 in blocks and steals last season. I mean, they filled up the stat sheet as a team in a lot of ways. It's fun to talk about what this team can do on offense, clearly. But I think moving forward, what's going to anchor this team as a contending team is its defense.
Here's Simmons after the basket by Brooklyn. Here's Fultz. Some solid defense from Fareed.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
It's blocked. They retain possession. And here's Covington. No points in the game yet for him. That one drops for him.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Fareed, left side. Back to Russell. Three-pointer. Knocks down the three ball. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Fultz. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. And it's sent back by Russell. And he recovers it. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Assist from MyLeague.
Now Russell. He had a big outing in that Timberwolves game as well. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Kenny Atkinson, DA.
Well, Kevin, it's all about pace tonight. He said, quite frankly, I don't think they have the speed to keep up with us. So the more we run, the better off we'll be. Power against speed tonight, Kevin. We'll see who wins. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. And when D'Angelo Russell is on the floor, he's looking to attack at every chance he gets.
Yeah, he's a smooth operator now. This guy has all the tools. He's best, though, I think, when he's challenging defenders and probing the defense. Such a skilled and gifted passer. He's got a nice blend of speed and has gotten stronger, which I think is really an asset for him. He can get a little streaky at times, but when he's on, you got to ride his wave because it's a good one.
And at this point of the season, Clark, we can see which teams have the better depth, the better bench. If you would, talk about the importance of having a strong bench over the long haul.
For contending teams, I think it's a difference maker because it allows you to work through the length of the season in a more measured way, which gives your key players rest. You spread out the minutes over more players, so that tends to lend itself to freshness as you get ready for the playoffs. I don't know if you can overstate the value of a quality bench when you're a team that's expected to make a deep run in the playoffs.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Off target on the 15-footer. Philadelphia leading by 4. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Pass to Fultz. Here's Muscala. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Muscala's got 5 now.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, it's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here is Russell. He's got 5. Clock at 6. Pass to Allen. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Muscala. Shot on the wing. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Muscala's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Covington. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far. And if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting.
Free throw drops for Covington.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots. And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
The Nets making a switch here. Crabs checked in. Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers. Allen against Šarić. Pass to Dinwiddie. To stop the run. They get the rebound.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Greg, with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
Hey, props to Dinwiddie there. I mean, Spencer, the closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he is.
Now, here's McConnell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. Chandler down low. He's guarded by Cram. Chandler's shot, good.
And from the opening tip, they've just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Dinwiddie. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Over Saric. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 11. And Simmons kicks to Korkmaz. No good with the triple. And so Napier will bring it up for Brooklyn. Offensive rebound. The pass to Dinwiddie. Pass to Carroll. Now Crabb. Pass to Dinwiddie. 6 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Connects from three-point range. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the night.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's McConnell, and the layup falls. And the 76ers lead by 10.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Napier with it. Charge is there. Over in the corner, Chandler. And it's off from three-point range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Here's Dinwiddie. Sweet little floater. Dinwiddie's got 7.
And that quick first step of Dinwiddie, very dangerous once he gets a foot advantage on the D.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Cavaliers. Chandler dishes to Simmons. Now, here's McConnell. Defense right on him, and the shot is good. McConnell's got his second basket of the game.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. Feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Allen surveying the D. Crabb from long range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Allen Crabb, so good at catching the defense off guard. You've got to be up on him at all times.
Up top, McConnell. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Passes to Simmons. Here's Korkmaz. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 5 rebounds tonight. 1:29 left here in the first quarter. Here's Napier. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Saric. And the 76ers last season making it to the conference semifinals, Clark, before they were dispatched by the Boston Celtics.
And I guarantee you, Kevin, if you told any fan that would be their fate at the start of the season, they'd have banked that and went with it. Team had a great learning experience as they got past Miami and then lost to the Celtics. I think this group will be highly motivated to take the next step going forward.
No good on the free throw. And one thing, Clark, about the Nets, they've shown in the last couple years that they are willing to take a risk on players.
And in many cases, it's worked out for them, Kevin. They traded for D'Angelo Russell when his value was rather low. So taking a risk on players who hadn't worked out for other teams has paid dividends. And I'd throw DeMarre Carroll in that category as well for them.
Good on the second free throw. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first quarter. McConnell with it. And the layup's good off the glass. McConnell's got 6.
And now they're starting to pound the basketball inside.
Nets trail by 8. Here's Napier. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And it's Carroll in the corner. 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. He gets that one.
Solid job moving the ball. Carroll is a team player who doesn't allow the ball to stick in his hands. He moves.
McConnell passes to Johnson. Back to McConnell. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. How can you not be a fan of T.J. McConnell if you like grit, tenacity, always ready to help his team? He's a fan favorite because he plays with such a competitive edge, even when most of the time he's outmatched physically. Extremely scrappy and heady. He played his college hoops at Arizona, and he's got a long future in front of him in the NBA.
That's good from McConnell. Here's Napier. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And stolen by McConnell. Fast break. Here we go. Over in the corner, Chandler. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. He's got 5.
Yeah, you'd have to categorize Wilson Chandler as an average outside shooter, so it's important that he keep taking and making these perimeter shots.
Poked away and stolen by McConnell. Again, Philadelphia.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I agree with you. I mean, they just look comfortable out there, taking what the defense gives them and then capitalizing with no real problem at all.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Back to the action after this word. Coming to the Brooklyn Nets in 2017, Alan Crabb saw the opportunity.
Being a Net for me, man, is just great. You know, it's good for my future. It's good for my career. I think they did whatever they had to do in order to get me. So why wouldn't you want to play for an organization like that, man?
Clearly, this team values Crabb and Greg, what he gives them.
And no question, Crabb is a floor spacer who also defends at a high level, a versatile player.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, I like it too. They're doing a great job working the ball around, staying aggressive, and capitalizing too.
We've got Allen. Crabb is out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 14-point game. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached this Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks.
Two.
The first one falls. Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? You know, guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category, Kevin. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He gives great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides that and plays with such an exuberance and joy. You know, Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come to mind.
Yeah, great examples. Korkmaz, no good. Nets trail by 16. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Not going to go that time.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. From the baseline, kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that's just flat-out hustle from Carroll, showing how much he wants the rebound.
McConnell finds Johnson. Here's Šarić. There's the pass to Johnson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 5. Fareed, and it's put back in by Fareed. Fareed's got his third basket of the night right there.
Kenneth Fareed, always aggressive in attacking the glass. You got to put a body on him or he'll make you pay with offensive rebound.
Chandler kicks to Korkmaz. Misses the 3. Nets trail by 14. Russell feeling it out a bit. Pass to Dinwiddie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target.
He's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
No, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special, and they pulled it off just right.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And he has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
So for the Nets, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Crabbe, and it's LeVert in for Dinwiddie. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Mike Muscala is checked in for Šarić. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. J.J. Redick's checked in for Korkmaz. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 6.
Got to give LeVert credit. I mean, not allowing the defense to shut him down, using his length to get his shots off inside. Well done.
Fultz kicks to Muscala. Pass to Covington.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's Muscala, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Nets trail by 16. And here's Russell. 5 points in the game. Covington with the steal. He kicks it to Fultz. Over to the wing. Now Muscala. He's got 7, 6 to shoot. And the basket by Johnson.
Nice hands that time by Johnson, able to gather and go up with no problems at all inside. Well, guys, when you talk about some of the great turnarounds for a franchise in NBA history, the process for the 76ers has paid dividends. They went from 10 wins in 2016 to 52 wins last year.
The 76ers leading by 15, and Redick kicks to Johnson. Now here's Covington. Defense is right there. Now here's Fultz. He has 5. Here's Muscala, and that one is stuffed right through.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
And the steps, Clark, the 76ers have taken, it's only the beginning.
Yeah, this is really the ideal situation to have if you're the Sixers. I mean, this team's built to last and still has good draft assets and flexible cap space. I mean, come on. That's an abundance of riches there.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Kicks to Muscala. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 3 assists now in this one.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Redick with it, and Damari Carroll is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. The 76ers making a switch here. Simmons is checked in.
Ben Simmons.
Nets on defense, trailing by 17. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Here's LeVert, covered by Redick. LeVert the pass to Russell. Here's LeVert. Outside Russell. 4 on the clock. Shoots the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long. 2.
That free throw good from Fultz. And with as much news and worry that Fultz's jump shot has caused, you forget just how deadly he is going at the rim.
Yeah, has no problem cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. I tell you, Ben Simmons said he hates guarding Fultz in practice as it is impossible to stay in front of him. Just a very shifty player who uses his great handles to get into the teeth of the defense.
Both shots good from the stripe. Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Now here's Fareed. He's got 6. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to Russell. Doesn't go that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. He dishes it to Fultz. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And that's now 9 points for Markelle Fultz.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that one's good. Russell.
Man, what a nice read, boy. Exquisite. Perfect timing by D'Angelo off the pick and roll.
Here's Fultz. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin, rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71% 5 for 7. Nets trail by 20 to the left side wing. Hollis Jefferson finds Allen. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Muscala. To the paint. Shoots it.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
For Philadelphia, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
And he knocks down the first one. A bit of an up-and-down season for Covington last year. Great 3-and-D player overall, though.
Yeah, very good in those areas. He started out really hot, Kevin, and then was on his way to what looked like a breakout year, and his confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely.
Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans they can avoid this situation for a long time.
Here's Russell, but they get it back. Napier kicks to Allen. Deep 2 from Russell. They grab their own miss. Fareed, and the dunk by Fareed.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And here are the 76ers now, following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Napier. 8 points his last outing, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Nets.
And their guards really have done what they could to keep it close. What little offense they've been able to generate has come from the backcourt. They just need a little more balance.
Now, here's Napier. That's tipped.
Boy, I tell you, the long reach of Covington really bothering shooters. I mean, he enjoys making life difficult for whoever he's assigned to.
Now, here's Fultz. Napier covering.
Out of bounds.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Abs check in for the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie comes in for D'Angelo Russell. Philadelphia also making some changes. Saric has checked in for Mike Muscala. Chandler comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. .144 left in the first half of the game. Clock at 6. And stolen by Napier. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Simmons inside. Fareed's there. No good from Simmons.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
The 76ers leading by 16. There's the pass to Saric. Pass to McConnell. Covington in the corner. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Here's McConnell. Off the left rim and out. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Crabbe kicks to Napier. Pass to Dinwiddie. Fires from the wing. No good that time.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shabazz Napier. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. The 76ers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And both free throws good for Covington. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's an 18-point game. With some arc, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Dinwiddie showing you some of that strength, excelling at taking the hit and working his way through it.
One shot.
And that one misses.
Well, I really like this kid in college at Colorado. An effective player is Spencer Dinwiddie. He really does it all. Scores, rebounds, passes, defends. Good all-around player.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Amir, you guys really changed the energy level tonight. What has been the focus?
Just playing with a sense of urgency. You know, we made some mistakes last game, and we're playing much better this game. We got to clean up on a few mistakes and just playing with a sense of urgency.
Amir, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Markelle Fultz was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it's Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You know, Markelle Fultz has been exceptional here, guys.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. Ben Simmons is out there with Mike Muscala, and it's Fultz in at the 1. Now here's Redick, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And Russell gets it to go.
The 6'9" wingspan of Russell reaches, picks it clean, then there he goes off to the races.
And guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does, and the players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. I mean, Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears him to the players and helps his team.
Here's LeVert after Ben Simmons' bucket. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Shot clock at 6. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Simmons. Over for Reed. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
The second effort, and that's 2 points on the layup. 19 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Fareed against Simmons. Passes it to Muscala. Simmons trying to get open. Muscala misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Outside, Redick. There's the steal. The pass to Russell. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Yes, filling it up. Russell now shooting past his typical scoring pace.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Fultz kicks to Covington. Pass to Simmons. Muscala finds Simmons. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall, but he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Timeout called the Nets. With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's stolen by Muscala.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
Redick dishes to Simmons. Out to the right wing. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Russell. And stolen by Russell. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Covington. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Boy, Hollis Jefferson really hard to stay in front of when he goes to the rack. And as a result, he can live at the line at times.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
And Rondé Hollis Jefferson, one of the rare wing players, Clark, who can't really threaten from outside, but he makes up for it with his defense.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, this guy is unafraid of anybody. He's 6'7", he's athletic, he's strong, he's aggressive and smart. There's nobody he gets matched up with that he doesn't think he can lock up.
That one, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Outside, Redick to the paint, Johnson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now here's Carroll. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to LeVert from deep. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
The 76ers leading by 12. It's stolen by Allen. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Go ahead and get it, youngster. Hollis Jefferson showing off the springs.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Covington. 10 points for him. Simmons against Carroll. No good from Simmons. Here's LeVert. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. You know, Karis LeVert came into the league as a scoring wing, but has changed into a playmaker. I mean, he developed into a primary ball handler out of necessity, and it's a role he's thrived in. He attacks the defense and can finish at the rim himself or find teammates.
And here's Russell, 21 points in the game. It's stolen by Fultz. Puts up a 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for LeVert. And it's Napier in for D'Angelo Russell. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Saric has checked in for Simmons. Nets trail by 9. Now Napier. Here's the teardrop. Nice D from Chandler. And LeVert has described his game as constantly evolving, something backed up as his transition from wing to simply playmaker.
Yeah, he's a high-character, high-quality young man, and he's gone through a ton of injuries going back to his days at Michigan, getting more and more comfortable with the ball in his hands because he's a guy that can make plays, and I think his game is just going to continue to grow as the years pass.
Here's Dinwiddie. 76ers getting the bucket. Dishes it to Carroll. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the 76ers. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Brooklyn, a game and a half out.
And seeing where the Nets are, they're one of the NBA's early season success stories. They've made an immediate push toward the top of the standings.
I'm not sure how long they'll be able to stick around up there, but so far it's been a lot of fun to see how much progress they're making.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the story with Markelle Fultz last season was one of health and getting his shot right.
Yeah, he suffered a shoulder injury, Kevin, that really impacted his ability to shoot the ball. He tried to play through it, but eventually had to be shut down. And, you know, it's hard to miss that type of time as a rookie. Not only games, but the few practices you get during the season as well. So he's going to have to restart in year 2.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, Fultz is a guy who can easily take over a game if you give him an opportunity to. He's very confident and has remarkable decision-making skills.
Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And, you know, last year for DeMarre Carroll, it was a career year. I mean, highs and points. And he finally got back to playing the kind of ball that he felt he could. Nobody thought much of him heading into last season, but he ended up playing a major role.
Nets trail by 12. Now, here's Napier. Dinwiddie surveying the floor.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. His last 10 games, putting up about 10 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now. 2.
That free throw, no good. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And he sinks the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Fultz the pass to McConnell. And Saric kicks to McConnell. Out to Chandler. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 11. Crabb with the ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. And he gets it to go. Napier's got 5 now. Philadelphia's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Saric outside. Shoots over Carroll, and count it from 19 feet away. Saric has got his first points of the game. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Napier, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And they've been strong in the rebounding department, up in the top 10, and it's just not one guy. Really, it's been about the entire group collectively.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Napier. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 22 is their biggest lead. Here's Chandler. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Here's Napier. He has 7. Back to Allen. Knocked loose, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. A quick break in the action now. Let's check out the fiercest shot swatters in the league. In the corner, Napier with it. 5 to shoot. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And here's Fultz. 14 points for him. Passes it to McConnell.
Nets foul call. Spencer.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Fareed is checked in.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Coming on the floor for your Nets, Kenneth Fareed.
And here are the 76ers now. They lead by 11. Clock at 6. Here's McConnell. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And, you know, Brett Brown has seen it all in Philly. The good and bad times. Was the head coach for their lowest points as this team rebuilt. Now he's reaping the fruits of his labor and persistence as he leads a star-studded Sixers team that has great potential.
And the 76ers making a change here. Muscala's checked in. And Fareed kicks to Napier. The 9-foot shot, and he drops that one in. Napier's got it back down to single digits for Brooklyn. And Clark, you have to applaud management for the way they stuck with Brown as the team was turning things around.
Yeah, I love it, Kevin. I really do. I mean, being able to see the long-term picture and stay with a coach who you believe is the right one for your group. Very impressive work by the Sixers. You know, injuries and a lack of talent were the issue early, not the coaching. The players love Brown, and rarely are coaches afforded as much time and patience as this franchise gave Brown. I applaud him.
It's stolen by Sharch. 1:32 left in the third quarter. Here's Chandler. Another miss by Philadelphia. Nets trail by 9. Here's Napier. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Philadelphia's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Now here's Chandler. He's got 13, and he gets the bucket. 16 points for Markelle Fultz.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
So it's Brooklyn now. Now Napier. He's got 12. Kicks to Dinwiddie. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Dinwiddie's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
And finished off by Fultz.
He's got great confidence, Kevin. Markelle Fultz is a terrific scorer. Fills it up in no time.
Chandler with the steal. Now here's McConnell, guarded closely. Again, Philadelphia.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Okay. Getting a little physical. I like that. I like that reference.
Yeah. It's the Nets now after the Sixers pick up 2. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
That's his first personal foul.
The Nets have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Free throw, no good for Napier. To the inside. And there's Sharch on the assist from Covington. And the 76ers lead by 9. Here's Dinwiddie. 1 second left. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And you know, as a player, you're aware of that clock ticking down on you. But within that last fraction of a second, it's really hard to know when you're focusing on your release and the defenders if you waited just a split second too long.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're pounding the... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The 76ers leading by 9. LeVert out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Shabazz Napier. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Sharch, that's good. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Calm, cool, collected amongst the big trees inside Dinwiddie continues to impress from the painted area. And, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie appeared to come out of nowhere, played in college at Colorado, got hurt right before he was drafted, but he's an outstanding competitor who does all of the little things it takes to win. I mean, you watch him play, and it's easy to see why he earns a coach's trust on the floor.
One shot.
And for Dinwiddie, he has the sound fundamentals coaches love. Got an invite to the skills competition last season.
Yeah, he's fluid, but he's almost robotic in that he doesn't waste any movement, and that's a compliment for this guy. I mean, he's not really flashy, but super effective because he knows his game, and he does a nice job blending in with his teammates.
Covington kicks to McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. Stripped away. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Then on Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Man, the fearlessness, I love it by Covington. Really sticking it to the defense with that dunk, going right at him.
Russell finds Faried. Back to Russell. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof. And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Free throw, no good for Russell. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Fareed the pass to Hollis Jefferson, and he comes up with the deuce.
Taking it right at the defense, Hollis Jefferson in attack mode.
Philadelphia leading by 6. And Redick kicks to Simmons. Over Russell. No good from Simmons. The Nets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Now the pass to LeVert. Fareed, left side. Shot clock at 5. Dinwiddie. Off target from three-point range. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Now here's Covington. Tight defense on him. Simmons finds Redick. And here is Muscala. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Shots good by Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low. Here's Simmons. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer. A tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away.
One shot, gentlemen.
From being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
That's good from Simmons. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Fareed, left side. To the middle. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Lays it up off the glass.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
Simmons inside. He's guarded by Russell. Simmons passes to Šarić. Muscala with the ball. Working on Allen. 5 to shoot. Here's Redick. Drills the baseline jumper.
J.J. Redick is a killer as a shooter. Textbook form, especially effective from the mid-range area.
Russell kicks to Fareed. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's LeVert, covered by Šarić. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
And so here is Philadelphia. The 76ers leading by 11. Fades. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 12 points in just the second half. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. And stolen by Simmons. The finish, and Simmons slams it in.
Simmons doing a nice job there mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult for the opposition. And that's a mindset, but also activity and energy display.
It's Russell with the drive. The shot from the low post is good. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Muscala. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Ben Simmons.
The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. LeVert the pass to Russell. Pass to LeVert. Back to Russell. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. Russell's got 27 points.
Nice reaction by D'Angelo to the defense sagging back. Just drops in the simple floater there.
Here's LeVert, defended by Covington. Russell from long range. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
No luck for him this half after being outstanding from outside the arc in the first half.
Simmons inside. Russell's there. Muscala finds Saric. Simmons on the wing. He's guarded by Russell. No good from Simmons. Nets trail by 13. Outside Russell. Over in the corner, Allen. Here's LeVert, defended by Covington. And it's LeVert missing. The 76ers leading by 13. Inside, stolen by Allen. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. The teardrop falls in. Hollis Jefferson's got 10 points in just the second half.
Make way and wake up. Hollis Jefferson getting it done in traffic.
Ball's knocked loose. Saric dishes to Simmons. He kicks to Muscala. Outside, Redick. From outside the arc. Rebounded by the Nets.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Over to the left wing. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Saric has got 4 this quarter.
Man, I love how Simmons sets the floor up. So good at spotting his teammates for high-quality shots.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for Ben Simmons. And the pass to Allen. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The Nets working the ball around now. 4 on the clock. Shoots. And it falls over the rim and in. Philadelphia leading by 11. Over to the left wing. Muscala, the pass to Fultz, falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
You know, Fultz handles contact really well for a young player. Excellent at staying under control and then finishing through the contact.
Allen outside. Here's Hollis Jefferson. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And the 76ers shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Pass to Muscala. Now here's Fultz. Tries it from the top of the key, and again it's Philadelphia.
He's really accomplished on the offensive end. J.J. Redick consistently keeps moving and puts pressure on the defense.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Started.
Boy, you just love the way that J.J. Redick moves on offense. He keeps his defender occupied, constantly on the lookout for operating room to get his shot off. He comes off screens extremely well, uses angles and craftiness. Terrific off-the-ball movement by one of the best shooters in the league.
And with his game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
All right, thank you, David. And for Redick and his movement on offense, Clark, most know him as a shooter, but he does so much more.
Yeah, he does. He moves well without the ball. He's a better defender than he gets credit for. He's a guy that can put it on the deck now and drive when you close out to him poorly. His game has grown really quite nicely, and we know what he is as a shooter, a laser.
Offensive rebound, Hollis Jefferson. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
One of the things you love about Hollis Jefferson is his activity. I mean, he impacts the game really without having plays called for him.
Here's Fultz. Good again. He's on tonight, 9 for 13 shooting.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Now, here is Russell, guarded by Fultz. Russell finds Allen, and Allen slams it in.
Making the right choice there. I mean, Russell, this is what scouts like about him, his feel, that intuitive feel for the game.
Now, here's Fultz. He's tightly guarded. Lets a floater go. That shot off. Excellent D there from Allen. To the inside. Fareed, no good. Philadelphia's shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. The fader. And it's Russell with the rebound.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Crabs checked in for the Nets. Shabazz Napier comes in for D'Angelo Russell. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Muscala. Chandler comes in for Saric. Korkmaz checked in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. Here's LeVert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And LeVert, the Ohio native, has a ton of potential, folks. A tall, lanky shooting guard with really good playmaking ability.
Brooklyn, Karis LeVert at the line for 2.
Two.
He's off on the first. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them to within 10. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. McConnell with it. Johnson kicks to McConnell. Back to Johnson. McConnell in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.